And here we go. Okay. I'm having a little technical difficulty this morning. 10:45 a.m. Wednesday, April 23rd. Wanted to show you an actual magic trick. We'll see if it happens, but let's go right to the charts just to see if this magic trick unveils itself before our very eyes. First of all, silver. Look at that. We put this in yesterday, takeout and moon. What? I didn't really think that was going to go on at that degree while gold is going down. So that's what's going on today. Gold going down, rolling over, and silver acting crazy. This is a very odd move. None of this is odd. I figured it'd bang its head on here, tried to dip, and then it just busted out. What does that mean? Jeez, it just seems unnatural. So I don't know if we have you have the cartel out there. Do you also have the freedom fighters? Do you also have the renegades trying to create that silver squeeze on a Wednesday? It just seems very odd. So moving on, silver futures. We are all taking a little candle down since that monster candle right here. What is this? SLV. I thought it was working on exactly what we had proposed, and it was. And then suddenly this went on. So we'll keep an eye on that. AGQ is going to be through the moon. 4209. GLD finally rolled over. Well, it should be way down here, right? Yeah. So look at this. This left local top. No, we had a blow off top. Blow off top. Look at that. Unbelievable. So what goes up must come down at some point. Trying to do that now. I've already closed out my GLD short, the puts that I bought. I don't know when that long ago, last week maybe. I did close those out for a profit of $1,050. My goal was 1,000. Got there, didn't like how GLD was acting, so I'm glad I did get out because I avoided all of this. Which again, it was a short position, so got my goal of $1,000. There's our GLD. Here's our GDX. No, that's gold futures. Okay, finally turning down. Very resilient. GDXA, we're already into the C box. Wow. Did not realize that. So we got our ABC and GDX. We'll see what goes on next. Bitcoin. Okay, so this was how I left it with you, the 5 waves. I was looking for that third because I thought we had the 1 2 in place. We have it now. So don't worry about where these, we're going to move them all over. So, and then I'll redo the count. So what I was looking for on the third, this is what's considered the golden zone in Elliott wave theory, from the 100% to the 1618 extension off of, and how you measure that is from the low of where one started to where to the top of the one, and then the third dot plot is where you believe the 2 came in, and then you pull your extensions and you should get between a 1 and a 1618 on the third wave. So I had it right at the front of that, and look what it did. It blasted all the way to almost the top of that golden zone. So now our 4 should be, I'll have to remeasure, and I think on the next chart, because I was working on a Bitcoin futures chart, because guess what? I got some good news for you. I am now trading some futures. That's why I took a couple days off the videos, just to try to get a little bit of experience. Oh, great. I'm missing the magic trick I was going to show you. It's actually happening as we speak. We'll get to it though. So we'll measure this up. And I think, in fact, if we go here, we should see where this 4 should hold up as support. Whoa. Okay. So we did blast off in that 5. Maybe I don't have the support on there yet. So we'll remeasure that, and we should be catching, let's see where the top of that is. So that would be, first, let's move our box up for our visual aid. That's got to be, but this is, again, that could be, do I have this as a third? No. Yeah, the third. So for the minute, disregard the numbers in these boxes. But let's just see here quick. So we should catch like right in here. Let's put a box just for a target. I would imagine we've either already hit or we should be around here. We'll just put a T in there for target. How's that? For this little retrace before it decides what it's going to do next. Could it have qualified already? Yes. So what goes on next will be to determine if that was all of this little pullback we were getting. Because what it technically should do, if that's a 5, which it may not be a 5, that may be the 3. I mean, it counted perfectly as 5 from what I was working on over the weekend. And then, so technically, if that is a 5, the next move should be A, B, C, and not an A equals C, but a C that should be lower than the A. But we'll keep watching it. Here's the magic coming up on the magic trick. Where are we at? I think it's next. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so here's our magic trick. It's already moving because this has played out perfectly so far. It already dipped in there. So it could go deeper into this 4, but we should be seeing a movement back to the north at any moment. And you see it's already back to heading green, 54.34. And this is S&P futures. They call them the E-minis. So in this box, we should for sure stick. We're already in it. And then the next move should be heading north up to the 5th wave. TLT, again, it made a great move. I thought we got all of our B. I hope we got all of our B. You saw this on last week that we weren't even close to this B, got into the bottom of it, but now we should be heading up for this C. And I was like, man, look at this. We're on our way. Slam on the brakes. TLT really knows how to play with my emotions. So that's what's going on there. Still working on that one trade. Get back to that. See, I prematurely had my big green arrow on there. And then I got it. I got the beginning of it. Nice gap up, but then it just said, no, thank you. But then boom, huge gap up, pulling and you know what it likes to do? It likes to fill gaps. So is it going to fill that whole gap? It better not. It better not. What do I have on that? We'll go back here. Oh, yeah, it should be on here. So there's the B. Where's the C? You're not going to believe where this thing's at. I got the C all the way up here at between 43 and 44 bucks on TMF, and it's currently trading at 39.23. So we got a ways to go. E-minis turned back down. Are we trying to challenge the bottom of that box? No, we're not even in the middle yet. Okay, so that means, yep, look at that. Hit right off of our line that we are looking for. Like this is go time. Once we get the 20-year yield under this 4.739, it's going to be go time. And we should take off in the TLT. But look at that. It just did a V bottom. Oh, quit playing with my emotions. Okay, we're back under the line. We did take it out as we projected. I have WTI here. Yeah, and it hit the box. You saw me put that on live. I would accept this box as more legitimate. Can I move it? Whoa, not like that. Yeah, that's more legitimate. But we did get the target that we were looking for. And we put it on there live. We did it live between 63.75 and 65. We got all the way up to around 64.64. So now the nature of this retrace is what we will be looking to try to have a probability pick on what will go next for oil. Natty, I made about $1,000 on Monday in Stacy's account. I think I did a futures trade on Natty and barely made it out with money for a bag of popcorn. We'll get to those in a minute. And then there's our boil. Because I'm keeping my eye on it. I think based on where we're at, I don't think we've bottomed yet, even though it got into the 2.9s. According to, because we lost support. We lost support through this zone. which means we should have a lower low. Doesn't mean I'm right. Could be it. I think we get a 2.8 handle. Just put a box on there for fun. Just for fun, like that'd be quite a move too, but it would be really setting up for a takeoff. Where are you at? Wait, gotta do this and then that. If we get in this box, it'll be go time. Whoa. There's that. Okay, so that's the charts. Let's go back here. Silver acting crazy. So we're up 42,000 today. I don't remember the last time I told you I took 50 out. Think I still had one more 50 I took out since the last time we talked, which was last week. I might be done removing money for a while because two things. One of the reasons I was moving money out is that, I wanted to be protected with the FDIC insurance, and Robinhood, you can have up to 2.5 million in cash because they use 10 different banks. And I got well over that. I was over 3 million and most of it was in cash for a while. So I started to remove it and put it over to, hold on. Yes. E-minis are still riding down. Yikes. Don't have a trade on it, but I could have made a small fortune today with the trade I did put on, but already got stopped out. We'll get to that in a moment. I wanted my cash to be protected, and it wasn't like I was using it anyways. And so I got some more interest rate over at Vanguard. They're now at 4.23, I believe. It was 4.21, and Robinhood's at 4. But then and the other reason is that it would not allow me for a living trust to be a backup beneficiary after Stacy, and then vice versa in her account. But now, I think it was April 1st, they do allow for the living trust. So I did put living trust in here as the backup beneficiary. That's done. So I may take another 50 out or let it ride. So I'll keep you posted on that. Let's get to the action that has been going on this week. Yep. Look at this weird craziness, wackadoodleness. And here's my first go around. So the ES is the E-minis. So that's basically the S&P 500 futures. My first trade got stopped out at a $5,907 loss. But I was like, now the trade looks even better. Got back in same day and was able to profit $6,543. So the two of those is what I used for this math of the $636. Hold on, let's go back to the charts real quick. Oh yeah, still rolling. What do we got at the bottom? Is it a 50? Yeah, 53. We'll call it like 53.85. Should hold that. Otherwise, we're looking for danger. We could technically go all the way down right up to the top of this one. But any further than that, and we have a breakdown. We have some invalidation going on. So, second trade worked out great. Same day. Yeah, same day. I did mess around with Natty, natural gas futures, and I made $143. I'll take that. Because it went down violently after my trade, by the way. So I got stopped out for $143. As I know that may not be exciting to you, but it is exciting to me because I don't know anything about futures. Started trading or studying them on Saturday. And of course, you know me, ready, fire, aim, started firing away on Friday or Monday morning with the trades. Yesterday, we did short the S&P on the futures, got stopped out. We got in at 53.10, got out at 53.01. And again, we're short, so it goes down. We make money, made $450. And then we had, what do we have? This is the NASDAQ. Why isn't this working? So NASDAQ went short there, 18,723, stopped out at 18,706. Oh boy, you made $96. It was just going against me. So, it started to go with me, then it started to go against me. So I'm like, let's just see if we can't salvage the trade with a stop loss, hoping that it will turn back in our direction. It did not, but we still profited at 96 bucks. And then Bitcoin, I had the right trade and the wrong timing. Right trade, wrong timing. Went short on Bitcoin, got stopped out at 94,000. So we did lose $236. I just didn't want to carry the Bitcoin trade through the night. But then at the end of the afternoon, I felt pretty confident about going long the S&P and holding that through the night with a stop just above break even. And that ended up working out very nice. I did get stopped out this morning at 54.38 and profited $7,869. So that one made me feel very nice because that was before I even left for the gym, before the market was even open. I had stuffed that money directly into my little Pony Velcro wallet and then into the skinny jeans. And then not immediately, when I got back from the gym looking at the chart, I'm like, hey, I think I got some downside action coming. And we did. And man, we would have made a small fortune if I would have let it ride. But it was like kind of playing with my emotions. Put a stop loss in, and then we made $1,334 there. Here's where we sold to close our GLD put that were short 10 contracts, May 16th expiration. Collected 7,600 and we spent 6,550 on the 17th of April. So was that last Friday? So just a few days into the trade, spent 6,550. They gave us 7,600 out, which was a profit of 10 or 1,050 bucks. Yeah, if we can catch a bottom here on the S&P, then it should have a nice ride up. I don't know if there's been any weird wacky news or anything to affect this, but the move is pretty aggressive, pretty quick down. You see how thick these candles are and how quick it's moving down, which could also then mean the same thing. Once it turns, it may turn violently because the market's acting wacky right now. Don't you agree? Wild and wacky stuff. So that's what's going on here. Sorry, I've been away for a few days, just checking out the, working on these charts. Just distract me, don't they? Working on the futures, learning the futures. What I love about futures is, there's been so many times over the last couple of years that I wanted to make trades in my Robinhood account that I knew would be in and out in the same day, day trades that I didn't take because I didn't want to trigger the pattern day trader warning, and then have my account kicked out of collecting interest and having margin. So I always babied that, never getting, because I think you could make 3 or 4 day trades in a 5-day period, and to give you the little warnings. And so I just didn't want to lose the opportunity to collect interest because so much of the portfolio is in cash. But now with the futures, day trades do not count against the pattern day trading. Warning. So that's where we're at. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, share this video and this channel with a lovable friend, and I will see you in the next video.